What up, y'all? What? I'm gonna put my headphones on. I ain't got no sound in my headphones.
Turn my shit up.
Turn my headphones up. But what up, y'all? Another new week of Tech File coming to y'all. And we're going to hit that theme music and try to figure out our audio while we get this started. But we'll be right back.
Hit him hard. Let's go. That T-E-C-K. Running back like where's my replay? Got it all in the mix, no DJs. Said it's hard in the game like he did. Mr. Lady is spitting real talk for the entertainment. Got the podcast, stand the game up and they get smacked back down like a WrestleMania. Tell them that they better get their nose ready at a home city. And I'll get a block even on the low setting. And you know what you say, so we never gotta get tapped on everybody else. Then you get ready. Ain't nobody else doing this like I. Better keep them cameras and microphones hot, cause this one's a vibe. Gotta run this race with my tribe. I going live with the pie. Do it like there's no tomorrow. Came to my ear later. Shout out to my point guard. We about to hit them hard. Got them throwing in the tap. Tell the red blow the whistle. This is technical file.
What it do? Welcome to episode 394 of Technical File, the sports podcast you never knew you needed. Tim Kins is on his way. So that's his intro. He on his way.
I am the Eric J.
Only known as
The Eric J.
And I'm Camille, point guard of the crew, through Tifa Lockhart, the girl next door. You know, holding it down for all the women who love sports.
And it's your boy K Harris, the gentleman,
The gentleman.
the everyday gentleman,
24/7.
my brother known as Mr. Ooh yeah.
I know that's right. You know what else is right,
I know
y'all?
that's
Following us on our various social media platforms. Head on over to Technical File on Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, and TikTok at Technical File, TECKNICALFOUL. Technical File Podcast on Facebook and YouTube. On the YouTube side of things, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, so when we go live every Tuesday evening to record the show for the week, you can come be part of that. So make sure y'all do that. Share the show, all that good stuff, the word of mouth. Tell somebody about Tech File because we don't grow without y'all. So get on that. Get on that. And on the slate this week, of course, we're going to start with NBA playoff talk.
Playoff.
Finals.
That's about these
Yeah,
finals.
finals.
Finals. We're going to start talking about the finals. We're going to have a couple conversations around Kevin Durant. Apparently, he's going to be traded within the next couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Based on everything that we've heard. I got a couple Giannis comments, too, in the NBA section of things here. Then we will be reviewing Money in the Bank, talking some things that have happened in the wide world of wrestling. And then a couple of football notes because Ken's favorite quarterback has found a team.
That means relax. Hey, I showed him like who?
I was like, Russ?
I was like, where he
Let's
go?
But all right, let's go ahead and get into it. I see Charlene in the comments. Fam, what's goody? What's
What
up,
they
Charlene?
do? Oh shit.
All right, y'all. We are 2 games in the NBA Finals,
Mm-hmm.
and the series is tied 1-1. The Pacers stole home court from the Thunder. What has been your biggest surprise or takeaway from the first 2 games of the NBA Finals?
A movable object versus the unstoppable force. Like, it's the Thunder blowing folks out versus the Pacers refusing to die. Like, it just it seems like, you know, both. It seems like where we're headed is it'll either be Thunder win big or Pacers win late. Like, it's what they've done pretty much the entire postseason.
Mm-hmm.
So like as we got closer, and I like I haven't been on the show in a while. So, as we've gotten closer to the finals, like these are 2 teams that one team I don't like and one team I could care less about. But like as I started thinking about the styles and the way that they play, it was like I started getting excited because I knew that it would be good basketball. It just like I've said throughout the playoffs about the Pacers, like you have to double tap them. Like you have to make sure that you kill them dead because if you let them hang around, the deeper the game goes, like they're going to come back on you. And like game 1 had all the hallmarks of what they've done throughout the playoffs, which is keep it close, go on a run, take advantage of, you know, cold shooting, turnovers, just lackadaisical offense. by their opponents, and they stole game 1.
Yep.
Game 2, Thunder didn't play with their food. They came out from the beginning and were like, no, this is our game. And that is what the Thunder have been, save for the Denver series. Like they just come out and stomp you and then keep stomping you and stomp you a little bit more until you're dead. So like it really depends on who's able to kind of like mold the series in their image. But like I think it'll be a good back and forth as it has been so far.
Yeah. SGA has been a problem.
All year.
I mean, all year for
It's
sure.
been a
I felt
problem.
like game 1, he forced it a little bit more. Game 2, I felt like everything was really flowing for him. And I don't know how many other things the Pacers can throw at that man. Because it felt like in game 2, you saw a lot of different things. You saw the hedging, you saw the traps, you saw some late doubles, you saw all kinds of help trying to come. Sometimes they didn't bring the help. And every time SGA was like, cool.
Bucket.
Cool. But what surprised me, and it's going to be a really nerdy answer, but it's been transition defense. And here's why. I'm trying to make this exciting. Here's why transition defense has stood out to me. Because if you know the profile of these two teams, right? Two teams that like to play really, really fast. If you are not tight in your transition defense, they are going to get easy buckets. Both teams. Both teams like to try to force turnovers and run out after it. Both teams don't tend to turn the ball over all that much. But just seeing how the level that both of these teams are executing in transition defense has been impressive, because it's not easy when you're in scramble positions to still be on the string playing good defense. And that's what we saw. That's why, like, game 1, how many turnovers did the Pacers have in that game? Like 20?
They had all the turnovers.
But they still didn't give up that many points off those turnovers because they were able to get back.
And there were a lot of dead ball.
That too. And even in game 2, when you're watching it, like, the Thunder had more luck. Well, not more luck. They had more success in scoring off turnovers, even though they didn't force as many as they did in game 1. Like, just that battle between two defenses executing at a high level in an area that's really easy to get mixed up in. I've been like, dang,
like
that's been nice.
I get anxiety watching the Thunder play defense. Like, it's just so, like, their hands everywhere. They're always flying around. I will say, Alex Caruso gets away with murder.
Yes,
like,
he do.
Man,
yes, he
I
do.
saw him. I don't remember which possession it was. It was somewhere in the second half, and I think he was guarding Siakam. But he grabbed his arm, like, as he was trying to, like, cross over and nothing. And then, like, got up in him a little bit more and, like, forced him to, like, pass it off. And it's just like, what are you supposed to do if the defender can just, like, maul you, essentially? But yeah, which is what he did against Jokic, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, that's great defense!" Like, yeah, because he fouled him like literally.
He was whooping his ass
every single time.
He was whooping. They ain't gonna call it shit.
They ain't.
I mean, I don't blame him. I'm just saying.
They ain't.
But yeah, no, anxiety-inducing defense by the Thunder.
Yeah,
chaos. Ken, what's it up to you?
I think my main thing is that I can admit that I didn't watch a lot of Thunder games this year. Only the times that they were actually playing the Lakers, to be honest. And like, watching them play, like, they are the best team in the NBA. Just like how they, just like you were saying, transition defense.
Yeah.
Just how they're able to turn it on. Like, even the first game, you can tell that it was another level that they could have went to, but they just didn't take it there because they was trying to fill them out and see how everything was. Then second game, I was like, fuck it. We could have turned it on. So it's just like, and like you were saying with the defense, like how they play defense, like, they are like the most unselfish team. Like, the ball goes everywhere. Of course, SGA is you know, the main guy, but anybody can get a bucket. Anybody is, as long as everybody is in their right roles where they're supposed to be, like, everything just flows. So, like, watching them, they're definitely the best team in NBA.
It ain't as free flowing of an offense as like what you see with the Pacers, where that ball movement going. You might have 5-6 dudes scoring in double figures, but like, the Thunder will move that rock too. So that's definitely part of it. So our entire cast here at Tech Foul, Tim included, we all picked the Thunder to win this series. Tim and Eric had them in 5. Me and Ken had it in 6. Respectfully. What would you need to see from the Pacers to believe that they can actually win this series? And as y'all contemplate that answer, some comments that have came through. Shaolin said he needs that ooh yeah on a t-shirt.
Oh, we go get it.
You know,
Yep,
Eric,
there
our
we
merch
go.
man, you know,
We
keep that one in
finna
mind.
We're gonna get it popping.
Sly said LMAO. I'm gonna try to make this exciting. Oh Lord. And
I
then
think you're saying, like you were saying, I'm gonna try to make it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope I made transition defense somewhat exciting. Marcus said, "Hey guys, I'm here ready to listen to the fam. Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate
brother.
Tech File fam coming through." So,
Shaolin said, "Okay, see
wait, didn't you say Pacers last week? Was that you in the comments who had said Pacers last week, or was that somebody else? If it was somebody else, correct my memory. But
he was like,
he did the flashy thing.
right now, y'all remember that? I didn't say that. But no, what do y'all need to see from the Pacers to think that they'll actually win this series?
So I'm glad that you had brought up SGA getting off earlier, because like I was listening to the Dunker Spot.
Shout out to the Dunker Spot.
Shout out Nikias, shout out Steve.
Facts.
But Steve brought up like how the Pacers have defended the teams that they've met so far, and like Giannis got his individual numbers. They pretty much shut everybody else out. Round 2, Donovan Mitchell was going crazy. 40, I think he nearly had 51 game, like cooking.
He was.
Nobody else got F. New York, Cat had a game or two, but for the most part, it was like Brunson was carrying their offense. Nobody else really contributed. So like they've been willing to live with like your number one option scoring a bunch, but it's gonna be like they're gonna make him work for it, right?
Yeah.
And like that was kind of the profile in game 1. Like Shea got his points, but he got them on. It wasn't as efficient as Shea has kind of set the bar for himself.
Agreed.
And like Chet and J-Dub did pretty much nothing.
Game 1.
And that was the recipe for them winning in game 1. Game 2, they let Chet get off. I think Dub had a pretty good game, and then Shea went crazy.
The offense, like, I'm still waiting for J-Dub to have a good offensive game. The defense, though, from him was fantastic in game 2.
So I think that is the profile. Like, if you're just going to have to live with Shea being Shea, but as long as you can mitigate what the rest of the supporting cast does, like that gives you a chance. And we still haven't gotten like a crazy Halliburton game.
I don't know if we will.
We might not, but like again, like that would be like you have to unlock him. Like he's inconsistent. That's why I personally I think Siakam is their best player. But like
I agree. Most consistent because he's even more most consistent too.
Most consistent. But like to me that
means better.
6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. But like he does go off for like these big games where like the New York series, he had like that crazy triple double, followed it up with like 8 points or whatever it was. Like he kind of goes hot and cold. So like if you can count on at least one more supernova Halliburton game, Siakam can pop off for 40 at any point. Maybe not against his defense, but like these are the things that they have to have. And if you can get those games in different games and they contribute to winning, like that's 2 of the 3 that you need right there. And then you just need like an outlier shooting game. And like I don't think that they're so overmatched that
that's fair.
They need a Herculean like thing. But it's like that is kind of like the blueprint for them retaking control of the series.
I think that's fair. Shaolin said no. He's been saying it doesn't matter who comes out the East. It's OKC. Just had to make sure. Brother. Had to make sure. Ken, in your opinion, what do the Pacers need to do, or for you to believe, like, you know what, they might actually win this thing?
Oh, honestly, I think it's a wrap. It's nothing that the Pacers can do to win this series. I feel like OKC is. I'm not saying head and shoulders above Indiana or anything like that, but like when OKC turns it on, like there's no beating them. Like when they're like going on all cylinders, SGA doing his thing, like just like we saw in game 2. Like if they are not going to take their foot off the gas, they just go keep it going. And now I feel like it's over. Indiana's not going to be able to catch up with that pace.
But I do feel like you could make that argument for a number of teams, and it's like you still have to go out and do it. It's like Boston, you probably would have said that before that series. Like Boston turns it on, you can't do nothing with them. And when threes are dropping, it's like, well, the threes stop dropping. So it's like, like I not poking a hole in your thing. I'm just saying, like, I don't think that it's like, yes, at their best, I think Oklahoma City is unbeatable by this Pacers team. Like, I also think that they've shown throughout the playoffs that you can kind of like grind them down into a style that they aren't necessarily comfortable with. Like some of the supporting players can be hot and cold and not really show up in key places where you need them to.
Yeah. Again, this is Spider-Man meme because the same thing you're saying about them is the exact same thing you say about the Pacers, but the Thunder tend to execute at just a higher level than what the Thunder do or what the Pacers do. And I think to Ken's point, one thing that makes them a bit different than the Avalanche we would see from Boston's came because they shot a lot of threes.
Yeah.
So if they get onto a roll where them things is falling, it's just
over.
you're just like,
It's
what has happened? And for the Thunder, their avalanches come off their defense normally. It's when they can force the turnovers and get out and run. And the next thing you know, you done turned the ball over.
Yeah, you're like, I can't do nothing.
On 7 of your last 10 possessions, and they done got 14 points, and you like, it was just a game.
Exactly.
I don't know what's happened, which again is like, I give the Pacers credit because they have done a good job of mitigating when they do make mistakes. But for me, I don't know if I will believe that the Pacers can win this series unless they head back to OKC up 3-1.
Okay.
Like if they come out, because here's the thing, I was talking to Justin Garcia, co-host Locked On Bucks, shout out Locked On Bucks, and he was mentioning like when you see a home team lose game 1, normally if the home team don't come out and blow out the other team, I feel a little like, we got a series. But if you come out and take care of business in game 2, normally you can kind of be like, okay, we all right. We all right. And he was like, the Thunder did not come out in game 2 and look how they did and keep their foot on the gas the whole way through. He's like, I don't know how I feel the rest of the way going through.
But to be fair, like this is the exact same script that they followed in game 2. I mean, in round 2 with Denver. Like they lost on that crazy Aaron Rodgers shot,
the Thunder did, yeah.
And then they came out and blew them out, and then they still kind of played with their food the rest of the series.
But I think they've learned from that moment. I think that the Thunder have learned and grown from that series in particular because there were times against the Wolves when they could have been like, all right, we got this big game here. We can take our foot off the gas. And they did not. They just kept terrorizing Anthony Edwards. And I also think there's another level of terrorizing that they could do to Tyrese Halliburton that they just haven't done yet, in large part because
that's another level that they didn't even get to yet.
Halliburton's a more willing passer too, so you don't want to put 3 bodies on Halliburton like they did to Ant. But yeah, the Pacers got to come out and they got to win the next 2 home games. Like if they even go back 2-2 and be like,
yeah. Indiana, again, they're a young team. They're fast. They like to run a gun, and they're well coached. So if anybody can figure out a game plan, it'd be yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I won't trade the championship or anything, but I do. I have been thinking about like what as the Bucks have gone on their coaching odyssey the last couple of years. It's like sliding doors moment. Like what happens if they do lose that series again?
And they do hire Rick Carlisle.
It's like.
I don't know if you knew that, but that was
that was going to happen.
Oh, really?
If the Bucks had lost that net series, it was fired. Bud was going to be fired,
and Rick Carlisle was gone.
But when they made it out that series, they made it to the finals. That's when Rick Carlisle was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just take this Pacers job because they're not about to fire this man now.
Yeah. Okay.
Damn. Crazy.
That'd be tough. Rick Carlisle, great coach. Like he's a great coach.
But hey, the reports have come out to say that Doc Rivers, part of Giannis's quote unquote willingness to stay comes from Doc Rivers. He really enjoys playing for Doc. So if that's the case, whatever, man. Whatever, man. I'd rather have Doc with Giannis than a new coach with no Giannis.
Doc Rivers.
I take it. What do y'all need to see from the Thunder to take 2 games on the road in Indy and then recapture home court advantage? I can go first.
Yeah.
Keep the Pacers out the paint, which they have done a pretty good job of so far. That's part of why I feel like Tyrese Halliburton's been out of sorts because he's used to being able to beat his defender off the dribble, draw in the defenses, kick out, and they can generate some really good looks from that. But with Lou Dort just being Lou Dort. That man is watching him go, again, nerdy basketball moment, but watching him go through screens.
Yeah. He does his job.
Very much so. Very much. And maybe that's part of why I enjoy stuff like that because I watched Drew Holiday on the Bucks even before Eric Bledsoe, which I know there's a lot of flaws to Bled's game.
Screen navigation, not one of them.
But that was definitely not one of them. And Lou Dort, man, he's just impressive. And then when he does get like the way they can pinch and then recover, like they have just done such a good job of keeping the Pacers out the paint. And if they can keep doing that and making the Pacers settle for more difficult shots, more contested shots, they're going to be in a good place. They just got to keep that defense the way they've been defensing, and they're going to be all right.
I wrote Control the Chaos. I don't exactly remember what I was referring to, but I think it's along the lines of what Shaolin was saying, where he says, ignore the noise of the hostile environment and you'll be just fine. Where it's like, they had they have a very frenetic, very chaotic kind of defensive profile. And I think again, like combining that with their youth, the relative inexperience of their coach, like this may be where we see like them kind of the moment kind of gets too big for them, which we saw last year in the playoffs. We saw at various points. Again, I go back to that Denver series where it's kind of like, are y'all like is experience and championship medal, is that kind of like is that going to overwhelm you at this point when you have like the talent disparity? So it's kind of like if they can kind of harness that energy for good, and not because Indiana is going to be crazy. Like Indiana is always like a very tough place to play because like their crowd goes like it's pretty like Spider-Man meme. Like the fan bases are even like very equal in that it's the like they're basketball crazy. Yeah. More so in Indiana than Oklahoma, but like Oklahoma City because it's on like that's their only team. Like they pour all their heart and energy into that. Like it's going to be a crazy place, and like again, it's the first time they've been in the finals since 2000. Like it's gonna be nuts. Be lit. And the way that the Pacers feed off of that crowd, like just kind of puts a battery in their back. So if Oklahoma City can again control the chaos that is like their freneticism.
Okay, T-I. Dictionary.
T.I.
I'm trying to make sure I said
Indubitably. Coming live from the
like,
VIP.
I think that will be helpful to them. Like again, taking control of the series.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Ken, what do you need to see from the Thunder for them to regain home court advantage in the series?
Yeah, mine is like I alluded to earlier. Is this keep playing unselfish basketball and keep their foot on the gas. Try to reenact game 2 as much as possible and just keep doing what y'all doing. Like it's not broke, don't fix it.
And I mean, like again, they did control most of game 1, so
that's what I'm saying.
Like just 90% of the series, like they've done what they needed to do, but it's that 10% that always gets you against the Pacers.
When the Pacers were making that comeback in game 1, I was watching it like they about to do this. Like I was like, this feels so familiar. I've seen it personally. My team.
That was a great game. That was a really.
It was, and the conversation around the finals and the market sizes and all that other stuff. I just
like. I like that people are at least saying the thing now, as opposed to just like alluding to it. Like you have people like, oh, they don't have stars, or it's not, it's not the glamour team, so I just don't care. It's like, okay, well, if that's what you feel, then you not to pull your card, but like you're not a real basketball fan. Like you're a fan of like the soap opera and the drama and all that other stuff. Like if you can't appreciate that we're getting high level basketball from two teams that did it the right way,
one with the MVP on it,
like with a young team that's been built from the ground up, that just plays together, plays with joy, plays with like these are two teams built on chemistry and good vibes. Like if you can't appreciate that, then go enjoy like the big three because they have names that you appreciate
and that
Yeah, like
is Teague still over there hooping big three?
I thought he was.
Okay,
he dibbles and dabbles.
He might be retired now for that podcast, Mike. We gonna see. We also gonna see what the series record is when we come back to the studio. So as I mentioned, we record Tuesday nights. So that means next Tuesday when we come back to the studio, there will be 3 games that will have been played. You have game 3 Wednesday, game 4 Friday, game 5 on Monday. Which
NBA, we gotta
speed it up a little bit.
3 days in between is too much, or 2 days in between is too much.
I'm not mad at it. We can drag this out for all I care because it's the last of the last. So
baseball,
we need momentum.
Like WNBA,
for sure. But for NBA basketball, I'm cool with this. What I haven't been cool with is the little digital finals trophy that they put on the doggone court. Thinking,
can I do that now?
Please, because what?
Like I was already annoyed, and like they took the logos and all that stuff off a long time ago. So like this isn't new, but it is something that is annoying, and like now the rest of the presentation even doesn't match the moment.
Feels like a regular season game.
Like the fact that you had and it became stark to me when somebody was like, "This is like a Friday night game in mid-November versus the NBA Finals." It's like an NBA Cup with the different courts, and like they do this thing to make it a
Feel
thing
brand,
and make it big and make it like an event for something that has no real tangible value at this point. Like, yes, you're trying to build against something, but it's like, why not apply that same energy to something that actually does have history and meaning and like,
we need some organs.
There should be something. There should be something that indicates that these are your two best teams in the highest spotlight, and it's kind of indicative of ESPN/ABC's problem with presenting the NBA pretty much the entire time that they've had the contract. It's just, it doesn't feel special, and like the fact that you have First Take and the morning shows talking more about like summer stuff and will KD get traded to the Knicks even though it's almost financially impossible, and like the fact that these are the conversations that you're having as opposed to highlighting, again, like, you're not going to build new stars if you don't appreciate the young stars that are in positions to now be like, yeah, maybe Indiana and Oklahoma City doesn't seem like a big thing, but it's like you probably would have said the same thing about like Golden State and Cleveland like the first time they played, like, oh, they don't, what does that fucking matter? And then it's like they played 4 years straight, and it became like one of the greatest rivalries in NBA history. Like, you got to start somewhere, and maybe take again, like I always go back to, like, I can't stand the NFL, but take a page out of their book. Like, they make the main thing the main thing, and the NBA is so much about the other shit that doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Like, you're worried about the face of the NBA when LeBron, Steph, KD retire. It's like, how the fuck do you think you're gonna do that if you're paying attention to KD, Steph, LeBron when they in Cabo or wherever in the middle of the NBA Finals, when you got two young teams with full of stars that you can build on? Like, what I'm realizing is that Nike, the NBA pretty much outsourced like their marketing and building of stars to Nike. And like, Nike did a great job for a generation and a half of building like the biggest stars on the planet that the NBA just happened to reap the benefits of. Like, now Nike's kind of lost some of their cachet, and you know, you have all these sneaker brands like vying for space, and it's like the NBA has to do their own work now, and they're failing time after time after time. So it's like, it doesn't matter. Like, it matters, but like, it's not going to take away my enjoyment. But it's just like, these are own goals that you are scoring, and it's like, yeah, you're gonna fail over time if you're just complacent and praising your.
It's already established. You have to be part of establishing the new superstars. It also doesn't help with the conversation around market sizes when you, for years, had one of your TV partners complaining about the location of the finals because it wasn't South Beach or somewhere where he could go out and party. But when you actually turn the game on and you watch it, to see the way that OKC crowd was alive, like the perfect type of crowd you would want for a finals game. And now we're going to Indy, where we're going to have another crowd going ballistic, making it feel big just from their own vibes, not the presentation, because how dare y'all put more into the NBA Cup than you do the NBA Finals? Like, I know the cup is new, needs to be established. Y'all say y'all got rid of the big old trophy on the floor because players were slipping, but y'all found a way to make a blue court that players can play in all these wild colors, but you couldn't find a way to put the finals trophy back on it. Or at the very least, put the little script that just says NBA Finals in the what you call the score bug. Make it say NBA Finals more vividly. Make the let us see the pregame introductions. Let us see all the other stuff that comes. Make it a pageantry. Like, we need the pageantry of it.
No, Stephen A. Smith got to talk for 40
We don't need it. We don't need it. I'd rather see all the other stuff.
Talking about his ass.
It's like, what the fuck does market size? Like, I get it matters for like ESPN and what they like their bottom line, because like, if you have the Knicks and the Lakers in the finals, like, those are two big markets that are going to tune in.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, well then again, like the Nike NBA thing, where it's like, then you got to do your own work. Like, you can't just coast on the fact that, oh, maybe like the big market teams will be there, and then I don't have to sell this thing. Like, no, it's your job to sell and market the product that you're trying to, you know, capitalize off of. So like, what difference does it make to me watching on my television? Like, it's not like it's not like I'm gonna be on South Beach. It's not like it's not, you're not even showing South Beach. Like, it's just in the arena. Like, that's all that should matter at that point.
So
it's like, we have the internet. Like, it's not like, you know, you only have the national TV games on Sunday night.
So that you only see the stars at the All-Star game. Like it's a different landscape.
I can pull up on my phone right now every game from the NBA season this last year.
Also,
from my couch.
Also, dang, I forgot my point that quick.
Duh.
It came and left. I'm getting old.
That's mid-30s.
It came and left. I used to talk to my mom, like, Mom, let me get my sentence out, but I gotta finish this thought before I lose it. I get it. I get it. But like I mentioned before, Game 3 is Wednesday, Game 4 is Friday, Game 5 is Monday. When we come back to the studio on Tuesday, Ken, what do you think that the series record will be?
3-2.
For who?
Pace. My bad. Shit. Okay, see, I want to say them bad as hell. I want to say it.
Okay, Pacers fan.
No, I'm sorry.
Got you a Halliburton jersey.
That'll be good. Hey, Tim would be. Eric could be bad as a bitch. Like I'll be.
Every time that nigga have another game winner, I end up singing that. I'll be like, "What the hell? What the hell?" That song is terrible.
I said the game 1. I was like, hell. I was like, this nigga game with it.
What the hell? But no, I'm with you. I think it's gonna be 3-2 Thunder when we come back to the studio. Same. Thunder. Tim is on his way up to the studio right now, y'all. But he did say he thinks it's gonna be 4-1. He said the finals gonna be over.
It's over.
When we come back, he thinks the Thunder gonna win 4 straight.
You guys are putting me on the side of having to defend the Pacers, but I really don't think that it's as lopsided as it seems like you guys do.
I mean, we all just said 3-2.
No. I'm saying like the way that we've talked about it is kind of like it's the Thunder's series to lose. It seemed more of a toss up to me personally. I think both teams have a lot of the same strengths and weaknesses, but I think the Thunder execute better than the Pacers do, which does not mean that the Pacers are to be walked over or anything like that. They're not trash. Yeah. It's just that push come to shove. I'm
I'll put my money on. I'd rather put my money on
OKC. Shaolin added that. What is it? That song is hot. It is hot garbage. It's a very, very bad song.
What song?
What the hell? What the helly bear?
That should go hard.
What the hell?
This is
my YN in me.
This is a side kind of tangible. We're here. It's just like so much of music nowadays from unestablished artists are driven by TikTok stuff. So it's like no offense because she's from here, but it's like the
fairy.
She a fairy. Like
it's like
Maya. Ain't Maya P?
Oh, she from here?
She definitely from here. The fairy girl is definitely from here.
Which get your money.
I've never heard the song. I haven't
either.
I just heard it on TikTok.
I haven't even heard it on TikTok.
I didn't know it was a real song.
I don't be on TikTok.
I seen the little they doing all that shit. What the fuck is that?
Marcus also said, "Don't worry, Camille. I
forget
real bad.
Lord have mercy.
I repeat myself.
Tim came in scared. He thought she was.
Oh shit!
Here he go. Man. Here he go.
Oh shit!
Oh man!
Lord have mercy.
What the helly Burton?
That's where we at.
What the helly Burton?
What the hell is going on here?
What the hell, Ante?
So Tim, since you coming in, we just finished up the finals discussion for the most part. So I'm gonna just ask you this one question here: why do you think that this series will be over when we get back to the studio next week?
Because I feel like them losing game 1 was the punch in the face that they needed. I feel like OKC handled them throughout that game too. And then towards the fourth quarter, Pacers typically turned up. Like it wasn't like the Pacers was playing bad; they just turned the ball over a lot. OKC wasn't necessarily shooting well that first game either, but they had a nice run. They had runs, so. Them losing on that final shot in that first game, I feel like I was like, okay, touche. I said I'll give them. I said 5. You got your 1. It literally took y'all to the last second of the game to get that 1. OKC gonna walk in game 2 and they're gonna blow their ass out. Is what I said to AT. Fucking ran away with it.
So what you think gonna happen in game 3?
Running away with it.
Ooh, in Indy.
I think they gonna probably blow them out the rest of the way.
So do you? So you think this gonna be like what was it the 0-1 Lakers?
Yeah.
And the 76ers where
we let them win that first
game.
But after that, it was a wrap because
that was respect for AI.
The way that they played, like, hey, we'll give you 1, my boy.
We got you 1.
Like y'all in the finals, we'll give you 1. And that's why I'm feeling with OKC, where it's more so like, all right. They have the speed, they have the talent, they have the defense across the board. They got the bench, they got the play. Like they have everything that you need. They was giving Indiana issues. 19 turnovers ain't nothing to sneeze at, bro. That's a lot of motherfucking turnovers.
Hella turnovers.
And that didn't come out of nowhere. Like, they created those. Next game, they created more turnovers. But this time, instead of taking their foot off the damn gas.
No, they didn't have more turnovers in game 2.
No, I'm saying they're creating more, not more than the first game, but more turnovers are being created because Indiana, additional turnovers.
I got you.
Because Indiana's turnover prone. And they're playing a team, shit, at least that I've seen.
No, they are not. They have been one of the most.
I'm going to say, at least what I see. I saw Halliburton 0 turnover game. When they played the Bucks, I'm like, damn, they turned the ball over a lot. I seen games against New York, like, damn, they turned the ball over a lot.
I'm going to tell you again, the Pacers have been the lowest turnover rate team.
Maybe it's just the games I watched in. They're like,
Possibly.
damn, every time I turn around, they have these moments where they have 2, 3, 4 turnovers in a row. I'm like, fuck.
But then they might only finish the game with 7.
True. They might have like none for the rest of the game.
They are a very low turnover team, generally. That's why game 1 was such a surprise of how many times that they actually did.
But the way I thought about them, game 1 made sense to me. OKC has always been creating turnover. Like, they're number one. I think they're number one in turnover creation. So I'm like, they've been doing it all season, and to go into a series with a team that I thought at the moment was a turnover prone-ish team.
They ain't though.
I get it. It made sense to me. But game 2, they literally came out and ran like, okay, no, fuck that. We got what y'all did the first game. We gonna come out this game and we just gonna keep on going. We just gonna keep our foot on the gas. We ain't gonna ease up at all. And literally just ran away with that shit. I think it's gonna be the same way for the next 3 games. It'll be early because we both got to start at 0. But after that, I think they're gonna run away with it. The next 3.
Even if you run away from the Pacers, they can still catch you.
I told you, OKC's the breaks. They ain't never gonna run away from them.
I mean,
they'll stop the fuck out of them though. Because OKC, yeah, no, I don't have no faith in Pacers.
Okay, all right, we gonna see next week when we come back.
This is what I was referring to.
This is why Eric is upset that he got to defend the Pacers the way he got to defend the Pacers, because Tim did go a little far.
Hey.
I think you're underrating the Pacers a bit.
No, I fuck with them because I came to I've been telling people too, like, they are good. I'm not underrating them. I am just saying that OKC is that much better to me.
Games.
Yes.
All right. Hey, you are entitled to your opinion. What up, KG? I see you in the comments. Uncle Jay-Z said, Ken, don't be talking about AI.
Hey, wait, man.
That's all he got. He said, all right.
Hey, we're loading up for a rebuttal.
Hey, we respect AI, man. He don't got no ring, though. So.
All right, so you gonna do that?
Hey,
damn, and then you gonna say that? Okay.
Hey,
are you looking up?
Shout out to AI because I think it was his birthday this week.
It was his 50th birthday.
Hey,
great to see a legend.
50?
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I said. That's what I said.
I mean,
yeah, I was like, it makes sense. Yeah, about right.
Yep.
That man changed the NBA, man. Dress code, it's crazy.
I mean, he changed NBA culture
period,
too.
yeah.
Just bringing that hip hop feel really into the.
My
NBA.
man's was getting braided
on the bench.
sideline, on the bench, fresh braids.
Yeah, hey, AI was the reason for the dress code.
Shout out, man. Shout out to AI.
So last basketball thing. Well, you know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna do the KD stuff. We'll see where he go when he go, because apparently KD is gonna be traded.
They keep saying the Spurs.
I do keep hearing the Spurs, especially now that reports have come out. More and more little tidbits that it looks like Giannis is going to be staying in Milwaukee.
That's right.
And some people aren't happy about that.
The freak.
And there are people who are taking this as a chance to do a victory lap on Shams and being like, you were making stuff up, blah, blah, blah. And I don't necessarily think it was made up.
Yeah.
I think it was real that Giannis decided to be like, you know what, I'm going to see what my best options could look like.
Mm-hmm.
And then he probably was like, it's probably still Milwaukee.
Yeah, I'm going to say where I'm at.
So, like, multiple things can be true. Multiple things can be true.
And, like, it doesn't go against anything that he's ever said before, which is he'll be here as long as they're committed to winning.
Yeah.
What committed to winning means is up for interpretation, but, like, he's like, okay, well, just look at the landscape. It's like, okay, we've lost 3 straight years in the first round of playoffs. My second best player is going to be out for most of the season next year and probably won't be himself when he does come back. You know, we got a lot of free agents. A lot of the guys that I've grown accustomed to playing with have either already been traded or are likely to be leaving this offseason. It's like, where are we as a franchise? Are you guys still committed? And I would imagine, given like what's come out in the last day or two, and just basically the silence that we've heard since that he met with the Bucks, he's been reassured that they're still committed to winning and that they have a plan for building this team around him, which is ultimately all he's ever really asked for.
That's it. And as long as you keep doing that, Giannis said he will continue to be here. So
if you jump out the window to take that to mean like, oh, he's definitely asking for a trade, that's kind of on you.
Yeah. So
which is why I've never got more than like 80-20 that he was leaving.
See, you were still, I was like, I think the lowest I got was 65-35. I was like, ooh, boy, things ain't looking good.
It's just like so many players have come out and be like, the grass ain't always greener. And it's like, you are Milwaukee, essentially. You definitely are the Bucks. So it's like, hell, look at your teammate. Like, Dame was the man in Portland. Came here to take a back seat to somebody, and it didn't work out. Like, nobody ever thinks like it's not going to work out. But it's like, that's a very important lesson to learn before you push that button. It's like, understand when you got something good. And maybe it ain't as good as you thought it might be, but it's still better than maybe the alternative.
And honestly, here's the thing for me, and we can move into wrestling after this. The Bucks have lost in the first round of the playoffs the last 3 years. And they've entered each of the last 3 years with championship expectations.
This nigga spoke up when the Bucks are losing and shit.
The biggest difference that I can see in this season is just that the expectations aren't there. You still might win 44 to 49 games as you have the last 2 years. And you still might be out in the first round of the playoffs. But the expectation is different. Like, this is step one into what will be coming in this new era of Bucks basketball built around Giannis. The first step is cool. Like, there are people who are freaking out because they're like, this is about to be a rebuild. It's going to take forever. We're going to waste it. You don't know that. We just watched Jason Tatum tear his Achilles. Did not expect that from a 27-year-old. Like, things can change in the landscape really quickly for a variety of different reasons. Shoot, Dame tearing his Achilles and what that did for the Bucks. Now I feel like they're in a position where they're going to be forced to go younger and make decisions from that. And for years, we've seen Bucks fans say they want a younger, faster team. And generally, when you have a younger team, you're going to have to deal with the learning curves that come from playing younger players, which means you're going to not be in championship contending. So, like, all in all, I think it's going to be a positive. We'll see how next summer sets up for the future there. But I think year one, if you can bring back Gary Trent Jr., bring back Kevin Porter Jr., get Ryan Rollins, you have AJ Green on the roster. With Giannis, you bring Bobby back. Right there, you have a good starting place. That's not the finished product that you want, but it's a starting place that you can continue to move from. You hope for development from Andre Jackson Jr. You hope for development from a Tyler Smith. Shoot, you hope for more development from AJ Green.
You hope somebody plants some drugs in Kyle Kuzma's car.
You hope that Kyle Kuzma play better next year. Like, it's a lot of, like, but we'll talk about the Bucks a bit more as the offseason continues.
I mean, the most important thing is, like, you still have the best player by far
in the East. Yeah, so, like, you continue to build from that. You build from that. Jay-Z said that you have to respect his decision no matter what. Amen. And that he's glad that he's staying. And then KG added injuries every first round. Yes, sir. Since they won a championship, it's been an injury every year.
I mean, like, again, Indiana is in the finals with the conference finals last year. I feel like they've been right there. Like, it's not like those series were just like blowouts. Injuries notwithstanding. Like, they were right there with the team. And again, like, if you get better injury luck, like,
who knows?
Who knows what kind of run that could have
So you just build your team up and keep moving from there. So we'll see. All right, let's talk some wrestling. Because it was actually, you know what? I'm going to pivot. We're not going to go wrestling right now. Because the football part is real quick.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers is the Pittsburgh Steeler.
Yeah,
we did the same.
Aaron Rodgers is the Pittsburgh Steeler.
Which is still kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, when I saw him with the hat, my mind went back to 2011. I'm like, dang, that's weird since that's the team we beat to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was all. I was like, damn, that's weird.
It's kind of weird. And this is
same coach.
Yeah, he's still playing for Tomlin. This is a Aaron Rodgers who, a Steelers team, I should say, that is going to be playing against the NFC North this year. I just want to say, best of luck to you, Aaron, in Pittsburgh. I wish you nothing but success, except when you're playing the Packers.
Oh, come get the smoke.
And here's what I really hope, Aaron. Here's what I really hope. I hope you're listening. Someone clip this into Aaron Rodgers. You get to play the Lions again.
Yep.
The Vikings again. And the Bears again.
Your buddies.
Oh.
Bust his ass.
He owns y'all.
He owned y'all.
He don't own shit no more.
He owned y'all.
He don't own the damn thing no more.
He owned the
He come to
Bears.
Chicago and win.
All right.
Is that? Do you know if that Steelers game is in Chicago or if it's
I don't
in?
know. I don't know.
Y'all give him the key to the city?
Man, hey, relax. He don't own shit no more.
It's in Chicago before Thanksgiving too.
Oh, he gonna be at home.
That's crazy.
It's a home game.
Is the Packer game here or there?
It's in Pittsburgh. But yeah, I think it's funny that Aaron Rodgers will be playing the NFC North in the year that he's with the Steelers.
You know he's gonna try to turn up.
Oh, for sure. And I need him to do so.
He's gonna try to turn all the way up.
In them 3 games against the other NFC North teams. Against the Packers, I hope you lose. I hope you lose. But against the other 3 teams, get your stuff, man. Get your stuff.
Ain't going for the terrorize his ass.
You think?
No,
until that defense, Steelers defense start getting after Caleb and all y'all, man.
I would say because Pittsburgh always got a defense.
You
But
know
Watt's
that.
looking for a contract right now.
Yeah, I saw that. TJ ain't happy.
Where's my money?
He ain't real shit. If you pay somebody, he the one you go pay.
I feel like there's certain players that you just don't make wait like that.
Exactly. He's one of them.
Yeah.
He's definitely one of them.
Hendrickson and Cincy.
In Cincinnati.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you want?
They went cheap twice. Like they didn't want to pay him, so then they draft a kid in the first round.
And don't want to pay him
either.
They would have changed the precedent on him. He like, look, I thought I'd been out here by now. Like he kind of went hot mic on him.
No, he definitely been in the locker room. Like, I don't know what to tell y'all.
I'd have been out here playing, but shit,
They ain't trying to sign me.
they focus more on individual stuff instead of winning.
He said, "Don't make sense to me." But I just got here. I don't know.
Do you think it's important for you to play? Yeah, I mean, shit, it's the NFL.
I would like to be
I
playing.
like to be. It's a transition.
You think he'll be playing tomorrow? He said, "We got 20 hours. We gonna see, ain't we?"
We gonna see, ain't we?
That shit nuts.
Marcus said 100 emoji. Rodgers joins the team and Coach he beat in the Super Bowl, which is strange to me. But hey, get your money.
But when he coached the team, then he beat in the finals. So
He sure did. And then they fired him
expeditiously.
The only reason why I don't want Aaron Rodgers to be bad is because of Tomlin. Like
I was gonna say, God bless.
Yeah, that's
like,
why
he's dealt with worse though. So
just do the 500 handshake.
No, but for
And
Aaron Rodgers to be the reason why he has his first losing season.
No,
or something
500
like
handshake.
500. Oh, okay.
500. It's not a losing one.
All right, I can do that one. I'll be pissed. I'm like,
can you go? I mean, they have to tie to go 500 this year though, since it's 17 games.
Damn.
See,
so
9-8.
That'd be trash, bro. I'll be pissed. Like, man, see, that's what for the white man.
Yeah, man, you got to bank on Aaron to get you. No, you're banking on your defense and the rest of your team.
But they got decaf. They got
honestly
decaf.
I said decaf.
His brother a latte.
No caffeine, only the taste.
To be honest with you, I think people have also gone too far on how bad they think Aaron Rodgers is. He is really not a bad quarterback at this point.
He's a sustainable backup.
He's bad compared to the bar that he
set himself.
Yeah,
exactly.
If you want Aaron Rodgers, then
he's going to be able to run that offense. He's going to be able to be more efficient than doggone Russ and Fields were last year. No offense.
Yeah, why you have to get both my boys like that?
Because that was the option.
Who said he was balling?
The Jets play Pittsburgh
week 1.
First game, yeah.
Week 1.
Fields have a field day.
It's gonna be good. All right. When that Steelers defense is all up in them. Like with Michael Beasley. Hey, I'm gonna go Michael Beasley on it.
I forgot they grabbed Patrick Queen last year.
Hey,
Michael Beasley.
Michael Beasley made me feel quite uncomfortable. And I gotta play that.
Oh, Sinners?
Boy.
I said Michael Beasley.
Oh, Beasley. Oh, no. All I heard was B. I'm like, oh, Sinners?
He ain't Sinners?
Oh, Sinners.
So that motherfucker was centered in that goddamn clip. Like, he was wilding in that motherfucker.
So for those of you who are unaware, there was a 1v1 game recently with Michael Beasley going 1-on-1 against Lance Stevenson, and before they had their 1-on-1 game, Michael Beasley was telling Lance exactly what he plans to do to him, and he did exactly that.
Very uncomfortable.
But it was an uncomfortable conversation. Y'all got to hear it.
Nigga, if you stop it, nigga, I'm gonna spin. Nigga, if you stop it, I'm gonna step back. If you stop it, I'm gonna go the other way, nigga. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do to you. I'm gonna talk to you. Nigga, I'm gonna teach you why I'm sexing you the fuck up. Nigga, this ain't all right.
It's kind of like jail talk.
This consensual.
It's consensual though.
Consensual, nigga.
It don't sound consensual.
Make sure you get a bigger shirt. You be in that motherfucker. I ain't wearing no shirt. Cool, nigga. Better. Get to them nipples.
Get to
Yeah, it's gonna be real.
I just imagine that this is Diddy before the freak off.
What he said?
Get to them nipples. It's crazy.
Zach, get to them
He
nipples.
said, "Yeah, nigga."
Even better. Even better.
Dog.
But get to them nipples.
Get to
is
the nipple.
Dog, when I first watched that, dog, I just dropped my phone rolling. I was like, bro, get to the nipples.
It's consensual.
Oh, I was like,
sensual,
It's
nigga.
consensual.
my man was passionate about that, boy.
And he did exactly what he
Hey,
said he was
man.
gonna do.
Hey,
He said you need a bigger shirt.
Yeah, he said I ain't wearing good.
I said, oh, hey, okay. Not the nipples though.
Hey, man.
For real. Like that's a pre-freak off Diddy pep talk.
Oh,
Shout out
yeah.
to Michael Beasley, man.
You spin it.
He was balling.
Oh, this I'm spin.
Kyrie was like, bro, he was like, hey, I would not play that. What?
I think I heard like he used to get LeBron work.
They did.
Yeah.
They said in Miami when he was young, he used to give him work, bro. To the point that they had to like, hey, watch
Get
out.
this nigga off.
Watch out,
Get
bro.
this nigga. Protect the king, nigga.
Like it's Chaz, protect
This nigga out of here.
Oh,
Triple
man.
T added Michael Beasley was on one, and jail talk or Charlotte added jail talk was crazy.
Oh, man.
'cause, yeah, and Triple T also added that was supreme zesty trash talk.
Hey, man.
I ain't never heard trash talk like that.
He was
before.
passionate, man.
I ain't never heard stuff
It
like
sounded
that.
like the Booty Warrior. Like
Yeah, I like you.
I like you.
I want you.
Man,
We're going to do this the easy way or
On the hard way.
choice is yours.
Either way it goes.
I ain't bringing no milk, no cookies, no nothing.
Oh,
I
man.
like you and I want you.
That's a real person.
I don't care
too.
nothing
It's
about them
crazy.
polices and them cameras out there. Make me no difference.
See, I called you Chris Handsome.
Chris, man.
That's one of my favorite episodes.
swear
Dog. He
to
was
God.
going crazy. Just that opening clip, he was going crazy.
Oh, man.
I'm in the shop. Take your time.
Oh,
Excuse me. That nigga was so hurt.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that show.
I just
soon.
don't- Imagine,
I
like,
love the Bulldogs.
Man,
I just imagine people like watching this like without context. Like if you never watched
if
the
you never
Boondocks,
saw
Oh,
the
yeah, they don't
Bulldogs,
know.
I am sorry.
Yeah.
I am sorry,
They
but
don't
that
know what
Michael
the hell
Beasley
going
clip
on.
probably made you understand.
Yeah, you
a
understood
bit.
a little bit.
All
The
right.
nipples.
Wait,
All right,
bigger crash out, Michael Beasley or DeMarcus Cousins?
Definitely
DeMarcus Cousins.
Definitely
Easy.
Cousins.
This nigga still fighting fans.
Man,
He didn't get to the fans. He
No,
was
he-
fighting security.
this man basically put his meat in that man's face.
Dog.
Like, for like real talk.
Had the hand
Yes.
there. Watch how. Hold on, nigga.
I was like, this man did
Who's
super
that Jeff Green that grabbed him like, back up, get your big ass back. Like, damn.
Like that, yeah, that man
That's
crashed
crazy.
out for real, for real.
That's yeah.
And he ain't in like the NBA numbers. Like, it don't have to be as filtered of a crash out, but he's older though. So
he
ain't
a
got
big dude too, bro.
Big
Trying to grab
motherfucker.
you. He was like, man, just think, man, if he was
Right, you
that
sit him
crowd,
down.
bro, he would have killed
They,
somebody.
he wasn't gonna make it to.
Yeah,
It
I know
was,
he
it was
wasn't gonna
8
make it.
dudes around him, but nah.
He
All right.
definitely would have booted
When he was on the sideline, like it looked like
Yeah,
he was
no, he-
playing.
On
yeah.
the sideline, yeah, but
I
when he
thought he
got by
was
that
gonna choke
tunnel
him.
part, it was
Tunnel,
already
yeah.
done. It was already done.
I don't know.
And honestly, he put his hand on that fan first. If
He
you
did.
watch the clip,
because he
Yeah,
put his
he
hand
did.
in his face.
he
Yeah.
pushed the fan hand, and that's when the fan said, "Oh."
Uh-huh.
And once that one fan threw the beer, everybody else said, "Ha!"
Ole!
No, he was so
Celebration.
He was so pissed, bro.
If I got a beer
Like-
thrown on me, I'd be pissed too.
That man was infuriated, fam.
The disrespect. The
Yeah.
disrespect.
Mad disrespect.
The disrespect. All right. Money in the Bank talk. Money in the
Sorry,
Bank
what
talk.
you trying
Shorty
to
one
tell?
check. Right.
I want to say too, I think that Money in the Bank is the best visual graphics PLE that WWE has. It is fantastic. The little people that be running in the background,
yeah.
the colorway, just the whole theme of it. It's fantastic.
They just need to get that as the theme song. Money, the Young Bucks song.
They had it for a while.
Yeah, it
Blake.
was. Yeah, back in the
was.
day, it was. Yeah.
Shorty, what you bring? Money in. That was the old thing. But for this particular PLE, we were not aware of a Dominic Mysterio match happening when we did the episode. So we
Mhm.
only predicted 4 matches, although we all would have probably picked Dominic to
for
win
sure.
that match.
Yeah.
But Tim went 1-3.
Mhm.
Eric and Ken went 3-1.
Let's get it.
I was a perfect 4-0 this weekend.
Okay.
That brings everyone's 2025 PLE records to 17-13 for Tim, 23-7 for Eric, 25-5 for myself, and then 22-8 for Ken.
Yeah.
In your opinion, what was the best match of the Money in the Bank card? And it looks like we all got the exact
I was like,
same
on
answer.
3. Look.
1, 2, 3. The men's Money in the Bank match.
Hey,
It was fantastic.
it was.
I knew who was going to win, and that did not damper anything that went
it was
into
very
it.
enjoyable.
They put on a doggone show in that match.
As Eric was saying, I was sports entertained.
Thoroughly sports entertained during that match. It was multiple spots where I'm like, oh my God. A few different spots where I thought someone else was going to win, but they ultimately didn't. Just overall, man. Truly,
cinema.
Truly. Even Dooch, our producer, he said that he tuned in to Money in the Bank this weekend, and he was like, it was a good show. Good show. What was the best moment of Money in the Bank in your opinion? Because for me, it was Ron, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Put some respect on my name.
Yeah.
Killings coming back at the end there, because did not see that coming. At all.
It's so crazy how they
tried to flip it.
Going back and forth about this too.
We know what the truth is, though.
Yes.
The truth
is they fired that.
They fired that.
Yeah, they fired him.
They fired him.
And then they got their ass chewed
by the audience, the locker room, former wrestlers, everybody.
Like, what are y'all doing?
You got to make it right.
Right, like, don't do that to him. Like, what, a random, no, don't do that.
Because for a minute they even tried to like smear him on the way out, like, oh well, we offered him a contract and he just didn't take it. It's like, yeah, because you lowball.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
So it was real fun seeing him come back. Did not expect that.
One thing though that I can respect is that they actually listen to the fans, and give the fans what they wanted. Everybody wanted truth back, so y'all did right by us. Okay, I'll look at it like this. I know we're gonna talk about it. Y'all gave us truth, but then you was like, we got to take something away from y'all,
right?
So then y'all took away Jay title.
Signing deals with the devil.
Yeah, exactly. Like, y'all can't have both. Y'all gonna get one or the other.
They say monkey paw curls.
Yeah, so you can't get both. So,
but like, I am interested to see what they do with Truth, because it seems like they're taking his character in a more serious direction.
Yeah,
which is what he wanted apparently.
Him cutting his hair was wild.
It's overdue.
It made sense.
About damn time.
It was a little whiny.
When you saw him cut it, you saw him put his head down. You saw him
like, oh Lord Jesus.
Well, as he was cutting, it might not grow back, bro.
It won't.
No,
I don't think he wanted to. Like, I think he's done. Like,
he spit it too.
I was like, he old, fam. It's rough.
It's fine to let it go.
But it's like, again, the truth. Like, before I get back to my point, like, this is one of them ones where it's like, foresight, like, you know, hindsight is 20/20, but foresight should have caught this one. Like, everybody loves True.
Everybody.
You just did like a main event program with them, like,
and he did
with
great.
Very little like prep, and like he killed it. Like, people were invested in the story.
Yep.
Like, I don't understand how you can look at what he's done, like everything that they've given him over the last like 5 to 7 years. He's turned into something that's been additive to the show. So like, yes, I get that R-Truth as the character was previously wasn't gonna be your world champion. He's probably not gonna be like somebody that you build a show around, but like, he's an important part of the variety show that is wrestling. And like, I think his shirt was like that rip-off Cena shirt was like one of the best sellers at the time of his release. So it's like, you can't even point to like, well, he doesn't move merch. Like, he ticks all the boxes that you need for like the undercard to make like the show a show. So like, it just never made sense to me. Like, I don't know how much he was getting paid. So like, maybe that's what it was, but it's like, wherever he was getting paid, he earned that money.
He did. And now a chance to come back and play this character, as he said in his promo on Monday, of like R-Truth could be a little too funny, a little too forgiving, a little too much. But Ron Killings, nah, I don't play them same games. And letting him be able to explore that in his last run in WWE too, that's beautiful.
Let him cook.
He didn't got to be a character no more. He can be the guy who he wants to be, and I think that's fine.
And like, there's like a backstage kind of like tag on the end, and he's like, R-Truth, I love you, but I'm driving now, essentially. Like, I'm paraphrasing. It's like, if that's where they're going with the character, where it's like, he's kind of like a split personality type of dude, where you can still kind of tap into the R-Truth stuff, but like, when he's pissed off, like, he becomes like a killing machine, like
Spider-Man and Venom.
I don't know the
Venom
that well, but
Venom is the darker part.
What I understand,
yeah. It's cool. I was very excited to see him. That was my best moment of the PLE. Kim, what was your favorite moment from Money in the Bank?
Mine was Solo. Solo was the MVP for Money in the Bank.
Solo
for me.
been cooking.
Dog, that man.
He was funny.
He is hilarious without being hilarious, man. He was mocking everybody,
doing
he did the
everybody
little
moves.
picture thing.
He was
Dog.
get that shit out of here.
Dog, he is hilarious. No, but when he was climbing, and he grabbed his foot, he just looked, and everybody like how he was selling. I was like, dog, Solo is hilarious, man.
Them letting Solo lean on his humor more than him being like this dominant
funny as
enforcer
hell,
type.
dog.
It's so much. He killed me every time he do that little shoulder thing. He be laughing and looking at somebody. It makes me laugh every single
Shout out to
time.
him.
Even at the beginning of the match start. Everybody start jumping Seth Rollins. This nigga in the corner on the turnbuckle sitting there laughing. Then they realize he over there. He like, oh shoot, my bad.
Yeah.
And him with
He
these
the
black
MVP,
gloves
bro.
be cracking me up too.
That part too. But yeah, Solo definitely MVP. Like his character has been fantastic as a more humorous guy.
It's weird. Like I don't know why, but I just view Solo as like younger. Like than him and Jacob are the same age, and they're first cousins, I think. And it's like Jacob just seems so much older and more like grizzled, whereas it's like Solo just seemed like the little brother. Right?
Jacob had a life.
Jayla knew that.
Jacob had a life.
Jayla knew that.
He had a life.
He had a life. He had a life.
Before we get too far away from R-Truth, when I thought that he was released before he came back, me and Sam was kind of sitting there talking about it, and I wanted to know. R-Truth with the 24/7 title or Crash Holly with the hardcore title?
Crash Holly.
Who's run?
You asked me this last week.
Oh, that was you. Okay, and I talked to Sam about it, but them two weren't here.
I remember Crash's more. That's the only reason why. I
actually think like individual performance, R-Truth was probably better.
Okay.
But like everything surrounding the hardcore title was just better because it was the first time we saw it.
Yeah. But R-Truth made the 24/7 championship something.
He had that belt like 45
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
years.
So he made
crazy.
it. Like as soon as you think about that title, you think of R-Truth. Just like Hardcore Holly, you think
Crash.
I would say Crash.
Yeah.
So
That bump.
Eric, what was your best moment of Money in the Bank?
Whatever Stephanie Bakir's move is, that
Shadow kiss, that Booker T be going, yeah.
On the top of
yeah.
and like they did it during the other
The first
Worlds
one.
Collide,
Worlds
and then
Collide. Worlds
the other
Collide
one,
was
she had
pretty
a-
good too.
Hey, listen.
you said what?
Worlds Collide was good. I don't know if you
It
watched
was.
it.
Oh yeah.
But Worlds Collide.
Wasn't that
I was
Lola?
gonna say it later. Yeah, I was gonna say it later, but shout out to Mr. Iguana. That
Motherfucker be going crazy.
one of the greatest gimmicks I've ever seen in my life,
Mr.
dude.
Iguana.
It's
Did
crazy.
you see him?
With his little stuff
Yeah, he had on the shoulder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw it.
he was throwing it at people. And whatnot.
They got to bring that to Raw ASAP.
Oh, and he definitely will. They definitely will.
Like they did a promo package for him on Monday.
Yeah.
Tim, what was your best moment of Money in the Bank?
Naomi winning. Like, it goes to two different points,
That's
but
dope.
her winning for me was a shock.
Mhm.
I feel the same way.
I thought it was
Not for
dope
this
though.
guy.
Yeah, I felt it.
I thought it was super dope that she ended up actually winning now, like, because at one point I was like, it would be cool if she can win now, like, because she's more so on the twilight of her career. We kind of talked about that.
Mhm.
I was like, so it kind of would be dope if she got out there, but I don't. It's just so many young guns in here, and they're going with the youth movement. Kind of seems like
Yeah.
I don't know about her shot. So for them, I was literally when she got, I was like, ain't no more. God damn, she got that motherfucker. I was happy for her, like legitimately happy for her. I
for
think
sure.
she's been putting in work, and then I seen a clip of her and Cameron when they like fight in the ring when
That-
she was
that
leaving.
fight that
That
looked
legit
real?
fight.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
They
she
was
came a
fighting
long
for
way
real.
from
I don't
that,
think
bro.
they liked each other.
Funk was on the
Funk-
road.
Funk is on the road.
They was getting their shit. They,
I will say the upset of the year is like Naomi being the biggest winner of Jade and
Yeah, Nia Jax.
Bianca. Well, no, like just like we thought, like they were putting Jade and Bianca together to like build a new star in Jade, and
Yeah,
like
she ended up
Naomi
blowing up.
wound up being like the biggest star out
come
of
from that.
to come from that.
Yeah, her
Yeah.
putting Jade out on that car like a Boondocks like a little Family Guy character worked out.
Shout out to her though. I know she go had a briefcase looking right too.
Yeah, she was at the BET Awards with it too.
Mhm.
I gotta watch it.
She
Still.
was-
I
It's
seen
on my
clips.
DVR. I heard it was cracking. This year.
From the clips that I seen, it was
Was it BET
shaking.
Award?
Yes.
I saw the first half lit.
But they said it
I
ended
see
at like
all
1
of it,
o'clock in
though.
the morning. I was like, ain't no
Yeah,
way
they
I
said
was
it was
gonna
like
watch that
5
motherfucker.
hours. I
Hell
was
no.
like,
But they
God.
said they did like 3 different tributes and shit too though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like icon.
I saw the
tributes.
106 apartment one was dope.
See, I can't wait. I'm watching that.
But no, well, yeah, Naomi, she could put the caution tape on it and all that. So,
Oh yeah. She definitely gonna make that one.
Yeah, so that's gonna be.
Who did she cash in on?
That's the question.
Mm-hmm.
That's the question.
I wonder if Bianca gets it back and then that's like her.
I can see Naomi being someone who holds it for a while.
I can see her cashing on Bianca too, though.
But Bianca got to get there first.
She do.
She'll get there.
Queen ring.
Well, see, she still got to do a heel turn too.
We'll see. We'll see how it gets. I mean, Naomi did hers, and it's working
That's
out.
a good ass question. Will she take Tiffy or does she go after?
I think it's going to be somebody different by the point she
They're
actually
gonna let
cashes
Tiffy
in.
eat for a little bit longer, I think.
Yeah. But what surprised me the most was the tag team match and John Cena being the one to take the pin. I know you predicted that was going to happen.
Yeah, I knew he was going to take it.
That Cena would take the pin.
I did too.
But
I'll set up SummerSlam.
Yeah, exactly.
I was
That's
just
all
like,
it was for. That he's pinnable. In the GOAT Cody.
He's always been pinnable.
Yeah.
John Cena?
He's lost. How many times he's lost the belt? 16 times? He's pinnable.
Hey, the win is 17. You got to lose at 16. You got to lose at 16.
John Cena, man.
Your biggest surprise?
Boo.
You don't know who that is?
Oh,
I didn't
the Dom thing? Yeah, it was just the Dom match because we didn't know that was going to happen. So by definition, it got to be the biggest surprise. But that was where I had also inserted the shout out to Mr. Iguana. Because I did want to talk about Worlds Collide because I did watch that. And that was fun. I didn't expect to watch it. I didn't expect to enjoy it, but it was a good time. And they showcased a lot of good talent in Lucha.
You didn't expect Chad to go up like that, did you?
Actually, Chad is a fantastic wrestler.
Yeah.
But I think what they did well too in Worlds Collide is shown like history throughout too. So like the whole program felt like you got the wrestling, but you also got like a history lesson along the way.
Because it's an introduction in essence.
It was well done. It was well done. What storylines are you most interested in coming out of Money in the Bank? We already kind of talked about mine, which was Naomi winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, and where does she go from there? My biggest question around it is, will the women's briefcase still have a 100% cash-in rate when Naomi cashes in? Like, will she do it successfully?
I could see it not. And the way that I see is because I was thinking about it when she was climbing the ladder. It's like Jay's music hits, and that's her ultimate revenge. Where Naomi's about to cash in, and then Jay's like, "Not today, bitch." And
today, bitch.
And that's the
it.
Yeah.
Ooh, that'll be. Yeah.
And then
because then it take it to a whole nother level too, to them beefing stuff.
Ooh, or what if she was gonna cash in on if Bianca did win it, and then it sparked something between the three of them going forward.
Yeah, the triple threat. Throw the triple threat in there. That'd be dope.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see how that continues to play out. Ken, what storyline are you most interested in?
To see where Seth Rollins, see where this goes, because it's the takeover mode now.
Yeah.
He missed the Money in the Bank. He has the most iconic cash in. From Money in the Bank. Yeah, and it was at WrestleMania. So it's Seth Rollins. Everything he does is amazing.
Do y'all have a problem with Seth Rollins being the one who won that match? I've seen some people on the internet. Shout out to Mikey as well. He was talking about it on Facebook. I'm just saying he didn't think Seth needed it. The LA Knight should have got it, and I'm like, I was like, but here's the thing: it's a storyline advancer, right? Mm-hmm. And Seth Rollins could definitely find himself back into a championship picture without the Money in the Bank briefcase. Mm-hmm. But for Seth Rollins' character to have that briefcase with what he's building, the threat of Seth Rollins is the storyline. Mm-hmm. And you've seen him cash in before, to your point, which I think is what makes him having it now even more of when's he going to press that button?
Also, I think the briefcase is more of a heel move anyway, because
that's fair too.
You're taking advantage of somebody when they're beat down. Like a babyface, especially winning your first world title, it should probably be granted, everybody loves the cash in, so it's always gonna get a big reaction, but storyline wise, the chase is kind of the point. So it's it shouldn't be easy for LA Knight to win a world title. It should, the whole point of watching it should be to watch him.
That's fair.
Fight through everything to get to break through and get to the top.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they had a cash in before where it might have been a babyface. I can't remember 100%, but a pre-cash in. Well, I'm cashing it in, but I'm gonna do it and
John
have a match.
Did that.
Was it Cena?
Well, Big E did it. He was I think Bobby Lashley had a title match against somebody. I don't remember who it was. And he was like, I'm telling you tonight, I'm cashing in. Mm-hmm. So when you're done with that match, I'm coming out. and then like again, like that kind of takes away from like the surprise element of it. So it's like you can't really do. It's not a really good way to do it necessarily, but also again, like
giving you a hand
character wise, like a baby face shouldn't be taking shortcuts to get to the title.
I agree, but now that briefcase is Seth's, and we gonna see where he go with it.
I've been seeing go back to LA Knight. Like I've been seeing a lot of people on like social media talking about the direction that the WWE has taken, like with his bookings and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's like it's good. When he finally got there and won the title, it was great. Then he lost the title again. So of course it's better to see him. It's all about the chase, especially with LA Knight. Like he is, you know, he has the personality, he has the mic skills, like everything like that. But then it's like, I think he is missing something right now, and I'm not sure what it is. Like he's not hitting like like it did before.
We're at the peak when
he was
really
at the peak. On. Yeah, so now it's just like, all right, like I've been seeing this.
Maybe because it's the way he's been getting pushed.
Mm-hmm.
Or the character just hasn't.
Yeah, the character just he hasn't taken like with Seth.
There is no character really. Yeah. He's just catchphrases.
Again, with Seth, we literally get a new version of him, damn near every few months. We get a new version of Seth.
And I mean, like really, like if you want to point to it, because like they were on the same trajectory. It's like Jay versus.
We had the conversation. Which one gets the individual title first?
Jay has the story to kind of back it up, and like he, you know, you saw him with the bloodline and everything that he had to do to get out of that, and like he has that character to kind of fall back on. Like even when he was going up against Gunther, it's like, okay, like I have doubt, like I have like all these things. Like LA Knight is all bravado, all like I'm just gonna whoop your ass. Like he's all shit talking. Like it's not like, and it's enjoyable and people love him, but like. The story, there is no story there. There's no character. There's just
like, how do you even build? You can't even build. It's hard to build a feud with him too. Like if you really think about, because there's nothing else there.
It's just gonna be talking shit.
Yeah.
Like,
so it's like we
talking
just
shit and throwing hands. Like
he has
that's
to have
what it
that
is.
feud where it goes deeper than that. Yeah. Like he needs whoever his sparring buddy is going to be. Because I know we'll talk about Jay's title reign in a bit, but like Gunther was a perfect foil for him. And the story that they've been able to tell from when he won it from Gunther to him losing it to Gunther on Monday, it's been beautiful.
It really sucks because you know who I think would be perfect for that role for
LA Knight?
LA Knight would be Kevin Owens, because it's somebody that can go toe to toe with him on the mic, but also kind of bring out like
something different,
that emotion, like something deeper, like. So
unfortunately, I saw news recently about Kevin Owens where it's like with this injury, it's not a given that he ever gets back into the ring.
That's what's up.
So just continuing the prayer for Kevin Owens. But Eric, what storyline are you most interested in coming out of Money in the Bank?
Judgment Day. Again, like it was similar to like that Naomi moment, like where she's climbing the thing. It's like, ooh, how are they gonna like? If she loses the match, like what's gonna cause it? Or like if she wins the match, like what is gonna come out of it? And like I hadn't thought about it literally until she was like on her way up the ladder. I was like, oh my god, if they gave her the briefcase, like the jealousy and Liv, like just the chaos that introduces to Judgment Day. Like I want to see that story.
Yeah.
So like I want like if she winds up winning Queen of the Ring or whatever, like whatever it is, like she has something that Liv wants. Liv apparently has something that she wants. Like, how does that? And you can tell that they're building to something because it's just like
that tension in that club room.
Well, it's just Finn Balor being like the Mark Phillips meme where he's just like the instigator.
Motherfucker's instigating the shit out of it.
He was having a good old time.
Giggling like a motherfucker in the back, ain't he?
So like something's cooking there, and I just like I want to see like how they're gonna kick that kind of into overdrive.
Yeah. That's fair. We was laughing. My husband Nolan, we were talking, watching the R-Truth stuff. Ron Killings, my bad. And the reaction that he got, and Nolan just turned and looked at me on the couch, and he just went, "What you think Carlito thinking right now?" And I said, "Dang!"
But he just won a title in Puerto Rico, though.
He got that PS. He took that PS5 from that Judgment Day club. We ain't seen that PS5. Ain't seen Carlito left, man.
TV ain't been on
at all. He got that PS5.
And it's sucks because like like small interactions really do kind of like we talked about this when Triple H took over. It's like the world just seems so much more fleshed out. So like having Carlito there where he's just making like little side comments, or like he's like flirting with Raquel, and she's just like not giving him any play. Like those are the type of interactions where it's like it just helps enhance the show. And I get it, you can't pay somebody like almost $1 million to do that on TV, but like I do kind of miss it. And it's like they never gave him really an opportunity to wrestle. Like he was just kind of like
in the background. Maybe he
in the
want to wrestle.
background.
And honestly, WWE, you can pay me a couple $1,000. I'll play that role.
Yeah, I'll be out there doing that. I ain't gonna, especially I don't gotta wrestle either.
I think what hurts is that they don't do house shows anymore. So like having all these people on the roster used to make sense
because
like,
they could do
would tour all the
fair.
time and like they had to do all these house shows and fill out the cards.
And now those,
but like now it's just TV.
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being perfection, what do you rank Money in the Bank this year?
8.
I'm at 8.5, and that might go up. I had the Royal Rumble also ranked at about 8.5. I wanted to go back to rewatch the Royal Rumble to see if I enjoyed that more or Money in the Bank. I didn't have time. Next week, the score might be changed, but for now, I'm gonna go 8.5.
8 is always my go-to when it's like that was a solid show. I enjoyed myself. Like to get above that, like you have like something has to like really pop, or like the matches really got to be like
the backlashes the last couple of years have been.
Yeah. Well, no. Like the backlashes, I feel like have been really good shows, like because of the crowd. Like I think.
Yeah, I think the wrestling has been actually a little subpar, but the crowds have made them better. This year's backlash was good.
Yeah.
I thought this year's was better than last year's, but I think that this Money in the Bank might be the second best show so far this year.
I'll give you that. I still, then it makes me even think about how disappointing WrestleMania was.
It was so disappointing.
Like WrestleMania was trash.
It was bad. For what we was kind of hoping that it would get better, but everything was.
It was
to go from Elimination Chamber, which was a perfect 10 out of 10,
to this being
to that
y'all
WrestleMania.
Super Bowl,
I was like, "What y'all doing?
This y'all Super Bowl? What is this?
What y'all doing?"
Check in. How are we feeling about Cena's run?
I like certain aspects of it, but it feels like we're losing some steam here. I
feel like we haven't had steam since basically the turn. Like from the turn, everyone's like, "Oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever." And like, I've tried to make sure that I'm not like comparing it against my expectations and just like taking in what it is. And I feel like I've done a really good job of that because like I haven't really fantasy booked anything. It's just like I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm excited to find out. And as we've unfurled more, it's just like it's not really grabbing me. Like
it ain't hidden.
Punk Cena always cracks, or at least it did during their first run. So like I'm excited to see them kind of interact, but like Cena's character is weird and like not in a good way weird. Like it's not an interesting weird. It's just again he seems like he's playing a villain on TV, which is not where you necessarily want to be. I don't know. Like maybe that's just me. I don't know. How are y'all feeling?
I don't get the weird feeling from it. I think there was disappointment for me in how he won the belt at WrestleMania was that flip point for me because everything leading up to WrestleMania I was completely on board for. I love the promos, love the interaction with him and Cody. Him winning the title the way he did with Travis Scott and all that stuff. I didn't like the way he won it, even though I thought he would win it. I love the presentation when he comes out. The ring announce that is perfection.
That's good.
With Unseen 17, the
black background with the white text.
All the branding and whatnot is beautiful.
Although it would make more sense if he wasn't like dressed like a Fruit Loop.
Yeah. But he told us he wasn't going. He's like,
I get it, but like you then did change like all your presentation stuff, so it's like
why not go all the way? Because
it's a half measure. It's like either go all in with I'm a keep the same stuff that y'all hated for years, or like reinvent. But like to kind of split the baby is it's kind of indicative of like I think the overall problem, which is they haven't really picked a lane to go down. It's just kind of like
however
he's
the
going
wind
through.
Blows at this moment.
It's interesting.
He's jumping from feud to feud. Like it's a lot. It lacks direction is what it feels like.
Because the Logan Paul thing, I was like, why?
Again, because apparently Travis Scott said no, so they had to.
Travis Scott was too damn high, drunk, and whatever the hell he had going on.
I get all, but that was the apparently that was the plan, and then he didn't come to.
I don't think Saturday would have been much better with Travis Scott. So I don't think that's.
I think Logan Paul was a far better match.
Yeah.
Because
he can wrestle.
Also, Logan Paul needs to keep that drone in everything he do.
Yeah,
the entrance is cold with the drone when he walk out and let it go, and he come back and bring. Then when he got suplexed off the top rope with the drone, but then he got the frog splash after, so you saw the drone. I laughed so hard at that. But overall, like I think the Cena heel run has been underwhelming since WrestleMania.
Absolutely. Boo.
So we'll see how they can figure
Big
out.
tomatoes.
I will say this though, I think the CM Punk feud will help reignite it, just because those two have real good.
Or maybe since
chemistry.
maybe getting closer to the end of his run,
We
like he's
halfway
gonna
through.
start heating up the rivalries and the matches and stuff like that. And like
it does feel like we're ticking boxes at this point. It's like, okay, we gotta get the last reigning match. We gotta get our truth. We gotta at least acknowledge that he's been stealing his moves for long. We this was supposed to close the loop on the Travis Scott.
They got him and Orton.
He said that.
I said that. Oh, yeah.
And like now we gotta have a Punk match, and then we're gonna have to have the Cody rematch at some point. So like it does feel a lot like
chicken.
Here's what we're doing. Here's what we're doing. Here's what we're doing.
And maybe that's
but it doesn't feel like much connectivity between.
Probably because The Rock also said, you know what? I don't know what this power struggle is right now with Rock and Triple H and all that stuff, but
yeah, they're talking about trying to push my boy up.
Who?
Triple H.
That's your boy.
Well, I like the direction that he has. Triple H was an amazing wrestler.
Triple H is the Seth Rollins.
Well, I was just going to say he was Seth Rollins
of his era.
Oh yeah, but let's talk about Cena one more time. Trash, tomatoes, big tomato.
What's trash? The Ron?
Everything. Is this because he keep whooping Cody ass? Like, that's
a lot of it.
No, I mean it's that too. Fuck him forever now. But it's just like this is my first time really seeing Cena, and I don't feel like I'm. And this not me, like knocking anything, but I'm not getting the full Cena treatment. If that makes sense.
You're not feeling the goatness of it all.
Yeah. I mean, there's no disrespect. Like I respect that he is the GOAT, but
automatic character change.
Honestly, this is kind of the flip side of what he was as the number one babyface too. It's like it was very polarizing. People didn't necessarily enjoy it. So I think there was a sweet spot where like when he was like they took him out of the main event picture, but he was still around enough that he was part of the show. Like that's when people started to appreciate him. Like his U.S. title run, like basically cemented him as like, oh my god, we love John Cena.
He was doing open challenges and shit like that too.
But it's like when he was like top dog, always like I always got to be in the title picture. I always got to either have the title or I'm the top dog on the show. Like people didn't really enjoy that.
Not have the title alone.
As a babyface, like he kind of acted the same way he's doing now, where it's kind of like over the top, like very like the matches weren't what you like. He does a good job of controlling the crowd like in the matches, but like his individual wrestling, like I don't think he's ever been.
That's why you've always had Cena sucks, let's go Cena chant. That's why that's always been a part of his career. He's been a polarizing guy his entire career.
To that, before I let y'all go, because if something I was thinking about, it was something that we can get into next week. I just want to kind of throw it out there. So I was watching a little bit. I was watching the Vince doc and realized his penchant to making WWE not just wrestling but entertainment led to a dearth of characters like Big Boss Man, Doink, Kane, Undertaker. And me and Sam was sitting there talking, and we realized that severely lacking in today's post McMahon in WWE. Or is that something that's severely? Do you feel like there's something that's severely lacking in post Vince McMahon WWE?
No, because wrestling is different now.
Yeah.
True. We don't need characters in that sense.
Yeah, I like it more like real, like like they're people.
You like it more realistic, but wrestling is always supposed to be the entertainment. And the entertainment portion of it was also getting characters. Because some, like you said earlier, some of the little things in the back, like Carlito, even though he was a regular character,
but Stone Cold was a character, but it was grounded in realism. Like characters don't like. I don't want no more doinks.
So I think the argument we're making is like characters versus gimmicks.
Yeah, there we go.
And I think that we've moved past gimmicks for the most part.
Into
like,
character building.
Why is a police officer wrestling on the side? Like that doesn't necessarily make sense.
But he got with the baton and everything. With the baton.
But that led a little bit to the. That's interesting. Because today you get a lot of characters where you like, man, he's stale. Oh, I don't get it. Oh, I don't like it. Or she's stale. I don't get it.
You also had that with the gimmicks too. There were so many. No, but there were so many bad gimmicks. That's also why they went to the Attitude Era, because they were like, this no longer works. This is too cartoonish.
Because like, let's put it this way: instead of having a cop be a like as a side job, like Dom's character is, or at one point, his character was like, I'm a jailbird, like, and like that's more of a realistic where it's like he's a wrestler that got arrested and went to jail and like has now, made that his character, right? But it's still grounded in the realism of like, well, he's still Rey Mysterio's kid. He's still a wrestler, like that's his job, but like his job isn't a dump truck driver. His job isn't a clown, and like he's coming in as the clown and doing his job, like.
And like I said, using those like doinks and stuff like that, those are the extreme, like the boogeyman and shit like that, like characters like that. But The last sentence I wrote was, I felt like Bray was the last of a dying breed.
Well, I mean, like,
that's also-
even
it was
taking
also a
that
problem
why
with
six
Bray.
now, like, they have a really hard time, and I think that's where you were going.
Yeah.
They're having a real hard time of like actually
booking it.
integrating them into like the TV show,
Portion
you know,
of everything.
as why like they always have to be
supernatural.
kind of
Because
like
it's hard to make that feel.
Because you don't have
grounded.
no Undertakers, no Canes. Like
That's
you
what
don't
I'm
have
saying.
nothing
Like, you don't have
to
literally like
counteract
that
it with.
no more.
Yeah,
Like,
and I don't think you need that necessarily. Like you can
Yeah,
have
not
a
right
character
now.
that's a killer or whatever the case. But even those characters are hard to book because I think that was a problem too with like
Dexter Loomis.
No, I'll say even with Gunther. Like that's part of the bill with Jay that I liked was when he felt vulnerable, where it was like, oh, this is different because I'm so used to him just being this machine man, this and this and that. But like the vulnerability aspect that added to his character is what made him like, okay, we're doing something here. And I think that's, like Eric said, the difference between a gimmick and a character. I don't think
No, that's
wrestling needs gimmicks anymore like what we had in the 90s. You just need strong characters. But I think whichever way you go, you're never going to have a 100% hit rate, no matter which way you go. Some people are going to be stale because they just ain't got the full package, whether they're a character or a gimmick.
Karrion Kross could be the perfect example.
Well, he can't wrestle.
Yeah, that's his
So, like,
that's literally.
But
his
he came
only
in as a
gimmick.
character and a gimmick initially.
but his character is still dope.
you're right.
It's just that you don't
he
need to
just
see him
can't
wrestle.
wrestle.
so actually I gotta go like
He
basically
can't
Undertaker is like the
The one like,
Undertaker like introduced as like the ultimate gimmick. Like he's an undead mortician from the
Whoop
Wild
your
Wild
ass.
West. But like if you look at like how he evolved over the course of his career, like he always started in like as he went along, he interjected more like real life stuff to the point where like in the end, like the only thing supernatural really was like him raising the lights.
Yeah.
And like we can all just be like, well, that's just theater magic, like, you know, like, and it doesn't take anything away from it. But it's like he then became somebody that could lose, but still won all the time. But he's like he got his ass whooped, and like the raising up thing, that wasn't him like dying and coming back to life. It was just him like, I'm gonna power through. You know, like it became more of like a real life thing as
Psych,
opposed to
and even
as opposed to him just like no selling.
And to that point too, Taker himself has said if he didn't do the American Badass gimmick, Undertaker wouldn't have made it. Like he had to have that moment where he stepped out of that to be just a character, more Mark Calloway, before he went back to being Undertaker. So
American Badass was dope too.
It was.
Yeah.
So y'all are cool. Like I said, it was a conversation we was having too. But so y'all are more
conversation
cool.
we're having now.
No,
Right.
I'm saying, so y'all are more cool with the realism of it, less character, less
yes,
out of the blue. Hey,
Yes.
damn,
For
that's
sure.
that, even
Yes.
if they may be called like the Ultimo Dragons. Well, he was
that's
kind of
that's Luchador though. That's different.
That's true.
Because we got Penta.
Right.
That's
That's
true.
different.
And I'm not saying we completely lacking at all. It's just I was like, we don't have as many as we used to. I'm curious to know if people
that-
feel
again,
a type of
but-
way about it or not.
And to
By
be fair,
design.
like that was always a criticism of WWE
Yeah, it was
at the
too.
time. Like they were always like WCW was wrestling. Like that was like more realistic, more
That's why
more
we had the
grounded.
Attitude
And they
Era.
called WWF a cartoon. Like it was basically a Saturday morning cartoon that like wrestling is like this ain't my wrestling. I don't like this. Like that
Just
it wasn't just like universally popular. Like
Right.
WWF wound up winning, but so they get to rewrite history. But like it was very much like people had their taste, and like for some people, WWF was not the taste.
was
Like
too
for it
childish,
to
too
now
cartoonish.
be like kind of marrying the two, where you still get a lot of the entertainment stuff, but also get more of the realistic stuff that people appreciated from other styles of wrestling. Like
Part of the reason why they joined TKO because of fighting.
well, I mean,
and
honestly,
like that, too.
and we can actually wrap up the show with this. Honestly, they moved from gimmicks to launch the Attitude Era. If you remember the episode when they did it,
Yeah, he said no more.
the reason that they were getting beat by WCW is what Eric was saying, where it was real people. It felt like it was more the characters rather than the gimmicks. And when they launched the Attitude Era, Vince started the episode off going, we're going to change our program. And we understand that, you know,
it's passe, and we're not gonna insult your intelligence
with these characters. We're going to be more like Vince knew that too. And that's just the direction that we've continued to
bring
go.
out the titties.
That's exactly what he said. And then they did.
Bring out the titties.
So before we wrap here, is there anything else y'all want to get off your chest before we officially wrap the show?
Just real quick. Raw was in a bag last night.
Absolutely.
Raw was very entertaining.
The Fatal 4-Way King of the Ring, King of the Queen matches, chef's kiss.
Man, like Raw, that's been the best Raw show I've seen in a very long time. SmackDown has been poo-poo for the past damn near month or so. But yeah, shout out to that was just a quick shout out to Raw. Raw was in their bag last night.
Shout out to Jay.
Shout out,
Uso.
yeah, shout out to Jay
Facts.
Uso too. Again, people can be upset, but it's Gunther, man. Like, and shout out to Gunther. He did an interview right afterwards, and he was still in character, but he gave Jay plenty of props though. He was like, man, shout out to him. He beat me, before, but then he was like, I got nothing but respect for him. But he's like, I am the ring general, Then he got back in his bag or whatever.
I don't think you need Jay to be like somebody that holds the title for.
No, not at all.
Like, you solidify him as main event Jay Uso. Like he's a star. He's probably the biggest star you got on Raw.
Exactly.
Even still,
the interest still go ahead.
So
His title run
did
did
exactly what it was
supposed
supposed to do.
God dang it! I keep kicking this mug. But he had a real fun title run. I think they said it was a total of 51 days that he held the belt, and it was fun. He really defended it all, and I think Eric, you were the one who said I think he gonna lose, or I think you said a cash in on Monday. But after the way they lost on Saturday, and he was like, "Oh, my ribs," and then when I saw his kid on Raw, I said, "Oh yeah, he about to lose." His kid coming out with him, it's over. But a fun run, a real fun run for Jey Uso. I think he's better off from it. All right, well, that's the show for this week. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank you to everybody who came through live in the comments. If you're still in here, make sure you like up the video if you have not yet already.
Well, I just saw Shaolin's last comment.
I hope Dom didn't drop the soap.
Damn.
He went in there long enough to even shower.
That man, he was probably detained. That's
right.
Right.
But no, we hope y'all enjoyed the show this week. We appreciate y'all. And as a reminder, if you have not yet followed us on our various social media platforms, go on ahead at Technical File, TECKNICAL, FOUL on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, Technical File Podcast on Facebook and the YouTube. If you would like to follow me personally on my social media, you can catch me.
Wait a minute.
On Twitter.
Jump ass on.
Instagram.
I can't jump in. That's crazy.
You was slurring.
At Camille Monet, CAMILEMONAE. Still Monday through Friday on Locked On Bucks.
Hey.
Had an episode this week with Rafael Barlow, draft expert extraordinaire.
Hey, you was raising a man up. He was over blushing and shit. Like, I appreciate the intro. I got a lot of pressure to perform now. Get your shit off, my boy.
You know how crazy it is to be talking to people who you followed their work for years, and you like, dog, we sitting here having a conversation. Like, dope. So yeah, check out Locked On Bucks, Locked On NBA every Tuesday as well.
Hey, that's okay.
Yeah, check out today's episode, Locked On NBA, on your feeds.
Podcast feed.
You already on YouTube? Just go find it.
Yeah, it's right there. Like it and put a comment like, "Oh, Camille is so great."
Duh.
Help me get noticed by my supervisors at work.
W's in the chat. W's in the chat for Camille.
On the Locked On NBA one, y'all go ahead and spam that up. But nah.
At Bucksman on Twitter.
That's all you get.
That is like it. That's what you're supposed to get, but yeah, that's all you
get.
Everyday _gentleman on Instagram. K Harris 216 on Twitter, Snapchat, and Blue Sky.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. Give it to me.
Damn,
I had to give y'all 2 of them.
Not that episode.
Y'all missed it. First time.
Oh, there's your face.
Run it back 2 times.
All right, we out of here.
Peace out, y'all.
Tech file. Yeah, let's just play that music.
Yeah, what video community said.
Hit him hard. Let's go. RECAPture. Run it back like where's my replay? Got it all in the mix, no DJs. Said it's hard in the game like you damn miscellaneous. Spitting real talk with the entertainment. Other podcasts that the game up and they get smacked back down like a WrestleMania. Tell them a little bit they know ready at a home city. You know, get it block even on the low setting. And you know what you say, so we never gotta get telling everybody else that you get ready. Ain't nobody else doing this like I. Better keep them cameras and microphones hot, cause this one's a vibe. Gotta run this race with my tribe. Going live with the pie. Do it like it's no tomorrow. Came to my ear later. Shout out to my point guard. We about to hit him hard. I'm throwing in the tap. Tell the red blow the whistle. It's a technical file.
New tech file.